What it is, what it is. I'm your main man, Mikey D, aka Stony Mike, and I'm here to give you a nice little Stony playthrough. But before we get, actually, I'm not going to be giving you a Stony playthrough. Tonight, I'm going to be giving you just a Stony little reaction. And then I may or may not be able to come back and do anything until Sunday. Probably Sunday evening or so. The reason why I'm gonna have to have some headgear put on. It's gonna be evaluating me while I sleep to make sure I don't have some kind of dormant epilepsy or some shit. So they're gonna be having to do that for a couple of days. I'm gonna have to wear it for a couple of days. So there's really no reason for me to. But if I can get on, I will get on. I don't think I will be able to. Simply just because of if it's anything remotely close to the headgear that I had to wear when I went to a actual hospital to have this test, it probably ain't gonna be possible. But regardless, I'm gonna give you a nice little cringe here. It's called "Avoid Being Idiot." Not a idiot, but idiot. It just has idiot. So we're gonna avoid being idiot until we can't take it no more. At least I've learned that with this particular person's compilation skills, they put some really shitty fucking people in these things. So bear with me here. Bear with me.
Then you're ready.
Sure that it was right there, ready to go. Now, boom, there we go. So, if you're inclined to join me on this nice little smoke sesh as we react to these goofy ass people, go ahead and pause the video, load up, roll it up, do whatever you need to do. Get to it. Fucking life. Alright, there it is. Hello, how are you doing? Whew. Alright. Let's do this.
Go, just go.
The person in this video.
Wait, what?
The person in this video clearly watched one Ben Shapiro video a few years ago where Ben Shapiro debunks feminism and hasn't grown up since. This video is just disgusting.
So you admit that Ben Shapiro debunked feminism, right? You're admitting it. Because you're admitting that this boy had one leg to stand on and is now wearing it thin. Is that what that? I mean, that's the way you're putting it out there, anyway. At least with this context and means of conversation here. Maybe that's not what he meant, but that's the only way anyone can take it. So, but I'm glad he admits it.
There are multiple studies that have gone into how many rapes or sexual assaults are actually false accusations. Some estimates put it as low as 2%, some as high as 6%.
Computer right here at the palm of my hands. Let's see. Let's see. So the whole thing is basically.
This video is just.
Hold up. The lying feminists. Okay, so the question is, how many false. Those are not the statistics that I want, though. um, no one would say that 99% of rape allegations. Like, why is that even a thing? Okay, so it's, yeah, some fucking retard named Chris McDaniel was saying that. He was a fucking stupid idiot for saying that, because I wouldn't say 99%, but I would say there is a high amount of it. I guarantee you. Uh, okay, now what's his answer?
There are multiple studies that have gone into how many rapes or sexual assaults are actually false accusations. Some estimates put it as low as 2%, some as high as 6%, but it seems the average is about 4% are actually false accusations.
That's false. That is false. It is. It ranges. See, he quoted a lower number than the actual average. It starts. It right now it's undetermined. They have no real full blown determine of percentage, but what they do believe, it ranges between 5 to 33%. That is the number. You can go and Google it. I did. I did the work. No, but seriously, this is goofy. Like, why would there be such a high number? Well, because people found out that you could easily accuse a man of something and it just be taken as fucking, like, there's a lot of people, specifically on the Democrat side right now, who are saying that Trump is guilty until proven innocent. Well, that's setting the precedent for something very bad to happen for them, specifically people who want to throw out these false accusations and shit like that. And it sucks because there are people who do these horrible atrocities, and to falsely accuse people and falsely report shit, it just, I mean, granted it's quite low, but if you think about that, and this is on a, I'm thinking, I'm hoping, yeah, this is in America, okay? This is not anywhere abroad or anything. This is only in America, and that's the reason why the numbers could be even lower than than that. But if we're talking about in the world, it's a lot higher because this dude ain't even from America. Like this dude ain't even from fucking America, so there's no way in hell. So yeah, I think and that actual reports of rape to formal agencies is actually lower than the amount that they have accused of. So something is off. I feel like there's someone manipulating the numbers of this in general because it doesn't, like, one minute it's like it's not in this guy's favor whatsoever, and then one minute you would, and if you read down further, it shouldn't even make any sense. Anyway, regardless, on a world scale level, it's got to be a lot lower. Nah, it could be higher though, because fucking people like to do a lot of rapey ass things. And I'm not talking about like the fabrication of rape. I'm talking about like the legitimate action, because there's a lot of places that they just do that, and it's technically not even considered that anymore. In places like that, it's fucking over in certain areas. Anyway,
That is incredibly low, and it doesn't even filter in the fact that 91% of rapes or sexual assaults go unreported. I do not, and probably will not, ever understand what it's like to be a victim of rape or sexual assault, but all I can say is that it must.
well, I can tell you that in men, it's like if you're young, depending on how old you are, it's about pride. It fucking fucks you up. Male pride will fuck you up. So someone can take advantage of you or something like that, and it's not something you can easily just get the fuck over, you know. And it's also not something you can easily just talk about either. So it's like you gotta you gotta work hard to just be able to talk about it. And that's one of the main reasons why I think a lot of that shit does go unreported, especially with men. See, like y'all want to focus on fucking women and shit, and it's like think about how many times men just don't fucking talk about it. I mean, one of my favorite actors in this world quit acting for so long because somebody in Hollywood fucked with him. I mean, if I had my way, I would be like, hey man, let me know who the fuck it is. I promise you, I will make sure they never. I mean, I would make them not be able to walk right, and you could use your imagination and play with that statement in any way you fucking think. Yeah, I don't give a fuck, because I would make sure that that motherfucker never walks right again. I say I don't believe in killing someone who does something like that. That's too fucking easy for somebody like that. You need to maim that motherfucker and let him live his entire life knowing he fucked up. He or she fucked up. They fucked up because they decided to take away something from a human being without without any remorse. That's a violation, man. When you violate a human being like that, you gotta be violated yourself. Eye for an eye. That's the only thing that really does fucking make any sense. I don't know why a lot of people have tried to twist the Bible and the words, but eye for an eye and tooth for a tooth was told to us for a reason. It was told to us so that way we would not let someone constantly bring us into misery, become a tyrant towards us. It was designed by that. But by that very fucking reason, it's something that was meant to protect us. Not meant for us to go around fucking hurting people, because it's obvious in the fucking statements. In the very statement itself, it tells you what you were to do. If someone comes and plucks your eye, you are plucking their eye. It's essentially a, hey, treat others the way you want to be treated. If they coming up treating you fucking shitty, you treat them shitty. Someone takes innocence from a child, you take something from them. Maim them. Make them constantly have to look down at their hands and see something that reminds them of their wrongdoing. Also warns other people of their wrongdoings. Sounds harsh, it sounds rough, but it's the only thing that makes any goddamn sense. Anything else is just letting someone do harm. I'll be damned if I let somebody do harm. That's just... it don't make no damn sense. None of that makes any sense. Now, as far as what this guy and this other person was talking about, it's just a argument of bullshit. There are a lot of falsely fabricated accusations of someone doing such a horrible atrocity to someone, but it's definitely not 99%. That's fucking weird. The fact that there was a politician saying that shit, he was from Mississippi, so there's no surprise there. But still, that's a dumb fucking way of thinking. Even someone who is more inclined to agree with people on that side of thinking, like I said, even I have to like stop and look at people when they say stupid shit like that. Like, are you out your goddamn mind? Like, you just as stupid as the motherfucking left when you say shit like that. And then I made a lot of enemies on the right by calling out fucking certain people over certain things, because I can't stand the hypocrisy. There is a big hypocrisy in the left and right game. It's they're all fucking some other kind of shitty. Yeah. Anyway, anywho.
Must be an incredibly traumatic experience for those who are victims, and my full support and sympathy goes to them. I do.
What if I feel like that dude is going to end up writing the Prince's like speeches and shit, or has, because there's something, I don't know, and maybe I'm just an asshole, but there's something very condescending about those fuckers, man. The way, and maybe it's just the way they talk. I don't know, man. And you know they fucking make fun of the fucking hell out of every American talk, especially Southern people. Even Americans make fun of Southern people. They're like, "Oh, you're from the deep South, aren't you?" You know, they love doing stupid shit like that. So I'm used to that. but they don't get used to it. They get butthurt, especially when I say butter tooth bitch. I call them a butter tooth bitch, and they get fucking butthurt over that, and it's hilarious. But no, this is. Yeah. Let's see. I mean, tall woman, and I just thought I'd warn the girls on this trend. I do think it is very important to warn as many women as possible. Oh goodness, what is going on? What is going on?
I do think it is very important to warn as many women as possible that some of the things that they could be doing on the internet could get them sexualized. So I've made a list of all the warnings that we should give out to stay true to this very gallant effort. Don't show that you're tall. We covered that one. But also don't show that you're short. Also don't show you're petite. But also don't show that you're large. Also don't crochet or draw or anything that's too handsy. Oh, and if you're making videos of you doing makeup, that's like a 2-for-1. Don't show too much hair, but also don't be in a hijab. Try to avoid cosplay at all costs. Also try to avoid being black. Try to avoid being Asian. Try to avoid looking exotic in any form. Definitely avoid eating. Really avoid doing sports, like any of them. Also avoid looking too cutesy or avoid looking like a child. Avoid being a child. Avoid being with child. I could keep going, but hopefully you got the point that you missed in the first.
Fuck her, man. Jesus Christ. He just went on and on and on, man. God damn. Whew. But she also looks into everybody's sign, too.
Video, there's no shortage of things women shouldn't do to avoid being sexualized by men. So why not just tell men to stop sexualizing women? The impact will be the same, I promise you.
Ditch this with the stupidest thing.
What was she saying? Schmexualized. Can she not say the actual word? Are we not allowed to say the actual word? Or she's on TikTok, so maybe they're not allowed to say the actual word on there. I wasn't allowed to fucking even smoke herb on there, so they were just like, no, you're not allowed to do that. They wouldn't let you do shit on there. But they let fucking Seth Rogen do it. Fucking bitch ass motherfucker. You know, this dude's okay with. I don't like Seth Rogen. I have lost all fucking love for that guy. I used to love the fuck out of him. Like when I first saw him in fucking Freaks and Geeks. Long time ago, like I thought the dude was cool as shit, and then I fucking seen him in the movie Knocked Up and shit, and all kinds of from out after that, man, and fucking Pineapple Express, you know, he was fucking the shit. But he has literally put his foot in his mouth so many times. Dude's fucking comfortable with crime as long as, you know, it can just be replaced. He's like, oh, it could just be replaced. Yeah, by you, because you're rich, you fucking idiot. Not everybody's fucking rich. So crime prevention is necessary. I fucking despise that kind of fucking elitist, fucking privileged ass fucking mentality. And I wouldn't expect it from the dude, because he's supposed to be a stoner, but I guess he's not smoking on no good shit to have himself thinking, because he don't think about nobody. And I know for a fact that, man, when I get to smoking herb, I try so hard. Like, I'm not really a people person, or I give a fuck about people, but when I smoke herb, I actually have that thought process like, man, I hope I didn't hurt that person's feelings, because that's not my intent. You know, like that, like I'll have thoughts like that and then shit. You know what I mean? Like, it allows me to be a little bit more thoughtful. I'm still blunt as a motherfucker and say what I need to say, but I'm very thoughtful. I'm very kind in my thinking. So I don't know. Something wrong with that dude. Stitch this with the stupidest thing a man has ever mansplained. Oh my god, I've seen so many with this fucking bullshit.
Thing a man has ever mansplained to you.
Okay, so when I saw this, I had to do it because when I was pregnant, I found out that I had to have a C-section because it doesn't matter. And so I was telling someone that I was going to have a C-section, and the guy was like, ugh, why would you do that? Why would you want them to cut you open down there? And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, don't they cut your vagina open? And I was like, no, that's not what a C-section is, sir. I have a serious question.
Okay, well, that's not mansplaining. You had to explain to him something, not him explaining something to you. He said something, and you had to correct and explain to him. That's not mansplaining. That was fucking stupid. That was really fucking stupid. Like that's what I was talking about when I first explained what mansplaining is. They honestly do not know what they're talking about when they say mansplaining. They just do not. Not a fucking one of them. They all say different shit. What they try to make a definition to it for and as can easily be explained by the fact that, like I said, people with ADHD tend to do that. Who are the highest amounts of people with ADHD? Men. So, just saying, that's the reason we can get the fuck off of that shit. I really don't like having to constantly go back and explain that, but it seems like I need to, because if I, maybe one day it'll stick with some of these dumbasses. They'll think about it and be like, you know what? That mean person was right. Because they think I'm mean. I'm such a bad person to them, even though I would be the first one to extend my hand in friendship before anybody else would. But, I'm still a mean person. I've been called that. I've been told that I'm just a mean person. It's like, no, I'm not mean. I'm blunt. I'm telling you how it is and you don't like it. But you can get the fuck over it. Because at least I'm being honest to you. I could be a fucking kind and politeful liar, which would make me very untrustworthy. I would feel untrustworthy to myself. But that's just my own morals. I don't think anybody else is like that, so better be careful.
For white people?
Oh, we're gonna do some white people shit.
I'll wait.
White.
I know you're still here.
Oh,
you're
goodness.
nosy as fuck. So take a seat and listen. White people.
This privileged fucking cunt.
How come when a police officer murders an unarmed person in the street, there are some bad apples, but not all cops are bad? But when protests break out due to that injustice and riots and looting occurs by a small percentage of people.
Not a small percentage. You can fucking lie all you want. Yeah, I've already said this numerous times too. Any position of authority, a sociopath is going to jump into. It is a position of authority's job to cleanse the ranks. So, therefore, yeah, police should be held accountable in that situation, in any situation on that. But you can't sit here and say that protests have ever been like super peaceful and everything like that. The majority percentage always ends with someone's business destroyed. It just has. You can't fucking cite any percentage that is fucking low at all. And I can show you right now. Fucking motherfucker. Hold up. Breaking news. Well, there was a partisan expulsion from the Tennessee legislation. It was two Democratic lawmakers being very undemocratic about gun laws, citing some stupid shit about their children being more important than any gun in the country. Please, for the love of God, stop trying to play with these emotional arguments because they don't do anybody any good. Argue from a state of logic. Logic dictates you get rid of all the fucking good people with guns. The only people who have, the moral stability to be in society, right? Without being a criminal. Okay? You get rid of that element. The only people who has guns are A, the government, which cannot be trusted, not one bit, no matter who it is, left or right. You can't trust those people. Okay? Then you got criminals. Okay? That's two major threats. One is a possibility of a threat. Okay? The government. Okay? That's a possibility because it only takes one tyrant. You so afraid of fucking Donald Trump? What happens if Donald Trump becomes president and decides to start putting fucking leashes on people? Huh? Who's gonna fight him then? You fucking stupid. Be smart. Don't be fucking in the place of fucking stupidity, which is just in your fucking feels. You're just getting into your fucking feels. And then in turn, you're failing to fucking see what would happen. Because that would happen. You will leave it to where a tyrant can control you or a criminal can control you. And they're one and the fucking same. But regardless, that stupid fucking argument is not going to help nobody. Alright, so what was I fucking doing again? Alright, because before this breaking news popped up, I don't even know why that fucking popped up. I'm not even from Tennessee. I don't know why it would even show me that. And you can always tell when someone writes something, like an article, you can always tell when they know for a fact they're writing bullshit or lies, because they make it to where you can't comment on it. They always do that. They're like, no, we're not going to let you comment on this. Anyway, let's continue because I'm trying to retrack what I was doing, but I can't. Fine, it ain't whatever it was. I was looking for something. Maybe this will refresh me.
All protesters are thugs.
Protests. If you knew what I'm about to ask. Nah. Well, this is the reason why it seems higher, okay? The highest percentage of protests seem more violent due to the reason as they only are the only time they ever actually show protests or is because when they go violent. Even it even says even CNN and left wing media is guilty of it. So that's the reason why that happens. Um all right. Well, that would probably be the reason why you only see, because it says that the majority of protests go unheard and unavoided and unseen due to the fact that they are peaceful. So it's half truths in a way.
And criminals. You know how you're upset right now because good cops are being lumped in with the bad ones and we can't judge all of them based on the actions of a small percentage? How do you think black people feel?
Don't slut!
That because yet again some dumb white bitches out here trying to fucking speak for them.
Shame me? How about do not refer to me as a slut ever? Real men don't rape? Oh shit, must have been a ghost then. Consent is sexy, lingerie is sexy. Consent is a basic human right.
All right, man, y'all.
That was fucking retarded. He was more than likely of adult age and being very stupid and childish.
Fucked up. You had an ally in me. I was definitely like an anti-feminist kind of female. I loved my gender role and I still love my gender role, but this is less story. I see it now. I fucking see it now. For reasons I won't get into, I had to help one of my stores with a delivery to a football team last night. No biggie. I drove because I have the largest car for this delivery, and I went to the wrong gate. No big deal. So the very nice gate guard gave me a map and was telling me exactly where to go and the number of the gate I needed to go to, which was a half circle away from me. She was very capable and able to do her job. She even phoned ahead to let the gate know I was coming and to not give me any attitude. This woman's boss walked up, cut her off mid-sentence to tell me exactly how to go a half a circle to the other side of the stadium that I had already figured out because she had told me and I didn't need his mansplaining ass giving me directions to go a half a circle. Oh shit balls, I was mad.
Oh, really? You're going to explain to me...
What are we getting at this? yet again, this is someone looking for an issue. The bitch that was just on there, she was looking for an issue. She said the woman's boss come walking up and cut her off. Well, more than likely, cut her off because he was just going to talk. You know, most people go to talk, and sometimes other people are going to talk, and it ends up being a cutoff. Well, he more than likely was not involved in the situation of her explaining how to get over there. She's leaving out intentional context, and she purposely fucking went and tried to say that she was like this ally or whatever. What the fuck you mean an ally? Like, are you stupid? Like, we're not at war. We're not at war. We're not countries and united by these like fucking, like, you can't use the term ally when you're talking about it. Just doesn't make any sense. It's stupid. Now, let me explain something to you. What you're saying is, my God, forgive me for being white. What?
What I'm really saying. Who the hell are you? Look around you. Read the room. Never said it. Look at my videos. Never once have I ever said this. I don't need you to mansplain what I really mean, because I know what I mean, because I speak the truth. If you're so concerned about it, why don't you go ahead and make your own video and tell us all how we should not apologize for that. Personally, if me apologizing for...
What a fucking little dick motherfucker, man. Like, you couldn't tell me you have little dick energy more than this. Fucking sitting here going on and on about fucking somebody who can't really let me explain something to you. What you're saying is, my God, forgive me for being white. So, I'm assuming the person commenting is saying that he is saying, forgive me for being white. Which this dude is openly saying he wants people, he's asking for forgiveness for being white. Okay, you hate yourself, okay? So what? So fucking what? Hate yourself in peace, you stupid fucking little dick bitch. Like, I don't know why these people like to run their mouth on the internet, cause, oh, I know, cause in real life, somebody would bitch slap the shit out of them for even being this way. Like, you know damn well this motherfucker wouldn't fucking sit here and have this conversation with anybody else. This is the weirdest fucking thing to do.
Or that would make the lives of BIPOC people easier.
Why would you say that? Like, you're fucking dehumanizing the fuck out of a human, all because you want to fucking, like, sound like you're being inclusive to them or whatever. You're fucking stupid, dude. Like, this is a good way of fucking completely turning yourself into a weird looking puppet.
And suddenly erase 400 years of systemic racism, then you're damn right I would.
I have seen what people call racism. It's actually prejudice. And I have seen it. I have seen it in a lot of things. Numerous things. And it's easy to spot. But for some reason, people always want to fucking call it out only and only when there is a white person doing it. Here I am calling it out right now. This is a white person who hates white people, including himself. He hates himself more than any other white person. He hates himself a lot. You look at his face. He's so full of hate, it's unreal. It's horrible. He's an angry guy. very angry, and I appear angry, you know. But I'm just more in fucking disbelief that there's so many fucking humans being this divisive. But then you look at the way things are going, and it's like, yeah, I can see it happen.
Would do it. So in case you missed the message, let me explain something to you. You don't speak for me, nor will you ever. Now get off TikTok, because I think you have a cross burning to attend.
Sir, the irony in that. Do you not understand who was part of that? Do you not understand who was a part of that? The Democrats. The people you continuously vote for. The bearded liberal. You would have been behind those sheets had you grew up in that time period. Woo!
So when you gonna tell her?
Mano, isso é muito verdade. Parece que homem não.
I'm sorry, I can't do it. I'm not gonna deal with that. Someone with ADHD is looking at you like this while listening to you.
Has you really been far, even as decided to use Even Go Want to look more like? Call 985-655-2500 inside the details for Go Further and...
No shit. She's definitely telling the truth there.
Even more decided to use. You can really be far, as decided twice as much...
Word use pronouns, interact. I'm trying to prove something. You're trying to prove something. Hate will be blocked. What? What are you in a debate with somebody? So now you gotta fucking you gotta run for backup. You need more minds because you're part of a fucking mind. Ooh. I've always called these people, hive-minded and whatnot, but I'm at the point where I feel like they need a new term for what they are. They'll like it. They love their little look at me terms.
People use this audio to show your favorite pictures of yourself, and other people will give you neopronouns. Pog, you don't support neopronouns, and when a person has he, they, or she, they as pronouns, you exclusively use their he, him.
Stitch this with the stupidest thing a man has ever mansplained to you.
How to put in and take out a garbage bag. And he tried to show me, and I said I didn't want to look, because I knew how, and he got mad.
Stitch this with...
Like, the only reason why I would think that anybody would need to explain something like that is if it's because it's a specific way that it needs to be done. Because there are some garbage cans that do have a specific way you tie in the bags and whatnot. So, that made my eye twitch. Like, that's the only reason why anybody would even need to explain that. And she might be so stupid into thinking that she didn't need to hear it, when it might have been something that she does need to hear. Because she's stupid and doesn't realize that it's not just like any garbage bag, and you have to tie it in a specific way or it doesn't stay in. There are plenty of reasons why somebody would have to explain that, and they're all very important to listen to. If it sounds... Listen, this is the best way to go about it. If it sounds like it really doesn't need to be explained, pay attention. Because it's very likely that there's this one little small detail that most likely gives away the fact that it's probably needing to be explained.
The stupidest thing a man has ever mansplained to you. I'll go first.
Women's oppression and how I wasn't there, so how would I know if it's a real thing?
What? 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 Let's see yet again. That's something stupid. Yeah. Well, there are. I mean, as far as oppression goes, there were women that were pretty much treated like second class citizens, and it's not nothing compared to like the oppression of like someone who was a fucking slave, but there was a sense of oppression throughout history. Okay, for specific cultures of women. Specific cultures, not all. So this is not this one, but the other one was a little off. Hold up, let's go back.
I'll go first.
Women's oppression, and how I wasn't there, so how would I know if it's a real thing?
So this one is having to deal with someone who is just stupid. Because they're just wanting to argue some dumb shit. Like, either that or this person struck up already. I don't know what the context is, but either way, this is fucking some dumb shit. This is really dumb. Dumb shit to even have an argument. Hyping our women friends. Supporting women-owned businesses. Valuing women's stories. Appreciating each women's individual journey. Okay. Wow. Sounds like a thing.
No, I just don't think this is like great for me. I don't want to do it. I want to go home. Like, I can't take the pressure of it.
Oh my fucking god. Dude, just stop. You're how the fuck old? Stop. You're too old to be doing that fucking dumb shit. Look, oh god, they're fucking. Ah! Oh, what the fuck? Jesus Christ. Somebody better come and get their fucking mom. Fucking retardation.
How was you feeling, bro? Feeling like before, I feel fantastic. Which one would you be, though? Mr. Fantastic, because of money like elastic.
I overheard a woman saying that another woman was mansplaining to her. And I thought you had to be a man to mansplain something. And I looked up the definition, and that's technically correct. And so I was trying to figure out how I could explain to this woman, as a man, how that explanation of the woman couldn't.
So now you see the fucking weird little circle that y'all walk in.
Be mansplained, because. But as a man, I couldn't. It's hard.
I mean, oh shit, I fucking went off somewhere else. Well, that was done. Well, all you have to do is just identify as a fucking woman and then explain to her. You know what I'm saying? Then you wouldn't been considered a fucking mansplaining. No, that's gonna be forever the most redundant thing ever to say. Mansplaining. Anyways, I am gonna leave you guys with this dab here. Like I said, I'm pretty much am kind of thinking I'm not gonna be able to get on until Sunday because of this test that I'm having to do. So, if not, I'll see you then. Until then, Stay stony.